going on, Jerome's? Happy 4th of July. Happy 2-a-days, even though we do one like every other day. That's what we're doing. But we're going to get through this. So today we're talking about the Vikings edge rushing room. Now, they truly do go three deep. Andrew Van Ginkel, second team All-Pro, Pro Bowler started last year, and Jonathan Grenard should have been an All-Pro, but Pro Bowl started last year, and then Diamond Dallas Turner, one of the crown jewels of the 2024 NFL Draft. Now, just saying, look, even though Kwesi gets flack for his drafting, I mean, if McCarthy and Turner hit, I mean, everything's good. Everything's all good. So it starts and ends with those three, and Flores has talked about how those three are essentially three starters, and he's going to find ways to have all three of them on the field, and it's going to be pretty damn good to see, and I can't wait because it'll be interesting to see how they're deployed. Now, Van Ginkel just got an extension, 1-year deal to help freshen up his average salary. Now, you want him on the edge, you need him on the edge, but he is pretty solid as an off-ball linebacker. And Turner has taken some snaps at off-ball too. And also, how does that impact Pace and Cashman? Like, do they roll with 5 linebackers? I'm pretty excited to see how Flores is going to deploy these guys this season. But overall, like, Jonathan Grenard last year was really a breath of fresh air, where I'll love Danielle Hunter forever, but the de facto trade of Danielle going to the Texans and the Vikings bringing up Grenard, I mean, it's good to go. And last year, before on Ginkel's original contract, basically the Vikings got AVG and Grenard for the price of Danielle Hunter, which is pretty damn good. And Grenard had 12 sacks last year, led the team in pressures, actually was third in the league in pressures. AVG, second on the team in sacks with 11.5. Baby, we certainly do have a stew going. And honestly, should be in the Defensive Player of the Year hunt, both of them, but I'm pretty fine, right? And Diamond Dallas Turner, I know that everyone talks about him as like, oh, he's a first-round pick. Oh, he's a bust. Oh, he's not as good as Jared Verse. Oh, he's not as good as Latu. That doesn't matter. He's not as good as Chop Robinson. Hey, Turner was 21 when he was drafted, and he basically had to learn a brand new position. He's being asked to drop into coverage a lot more, and he had an interception last year in the Seattle game, had 3 sacks, playing about 20% of the snaps. I feel like that's not bad, and the only reason he's being poo-pooed on is because Jared Verse was solid, but Jared Verse walked into a tailor-made situation with the Rams. He's 3 years older than Turner. So let's talk about Turner in a couple years. Let's see where he's at then, right? And then, ESPN had talked about, hey, the Vikings should sign Matthew Judon so that they have some veteran depth there. I kind of like where we're at, because I'm a major proponent of trying to grow depth in-house as opposed to just trying to add, because free agency is a tax on teams that don't draft well. And even though the Vikings have crushed free agency the last couple of years, ideally, you want your depth and your future stars to come from in-house, right? And Gabriel Murphy and Bo Richter were 2 UDFAs from last year, and Murph dealt with a knee injury throughout most of the last season. Bo Richter, the pride of Air Force, is looking pretty damn good, man. Even though him going from number 98 to 54, it's such a downgrade. And that's no knock against 54. Love me some Eric Kendricks, but edge rusher 98 is where it's at. And I know he gave 98 to Javon Hargrave, but like Bo Richter, we're 98. It's almost 99. Had the big elbow pad looking like JJ adjacent. He was good to go, man. But I honestly feel okay with that edge rusher depth there. Plus, you factor in Tyler Batty, a UDFA this year from BYU, a little bit older, can contribute right away. Solid against the run, but a pressure machine as well. 42 pressures last year, an 11% pressure rate. Chad Chamblee, getting after things from Georgia as well. And overall, like, is it weird to think that they go at least 6 deep at edge rusher, which, Flores has talked about, you can never have enough corners. You can never have enough dudes who can get after the quarterback's ass. It's a passer and get the passer league, and the Vikings have a number of guys who can get the passer. Now, in conjunction with Allen Hargrave, do they blitz as much as they did last year? Last season, Flores and the Vikings led the league in blitz percentage. Same thing with 2023. I like bringing the heat, but it does put a lot of stress on coverage. Like when teams can pick up the blitz, which, Mina Kimes and Ryan Clark could talk about how teams figured out the Flores defense. I won't go that far, but if you always blitz, they know what's coming, right? And I feel like the team could be a lot more judicious in their blitzes, especially given that Turner and Van Ginkel have now become accustomed to dropping coverage, especially AVG. So it'll be more a case of we're bringing 4, we're dropping 7. You just don't know which 4, which can lead to a lot of really interesting things, because ideally that's what you want to bring. And we talked about the Eagles in the Super Bowl, 42 dropbacks, 16 pressures, 6 sacks, not blitzing a single time. And I feel like Flores, obviously, this is a copycat league, and any idea is a good idea. And being able to generate a pass rush with Allen, with Hargrave, with AVG, with Gernard, with Turner, and baby, we got Stu going. We absolutely do have a Stu going. But I wouldn't be shocked by, at the end of the day, AVG, Gernard, and Turner, they combine. Each of them play 80+% of the snaps, and they combine for 30+ sacks. That's where we're at. Like, I feel like all the hype is about the interior offensive line and McCarthy and all this stuff, but I'm super fired up about the defense. Like, this defense, especially give this defense a double-digit lead, they're going to play downhill, and they're going to get after the quarterback's ass. They're going to get sacks. They're going to get turnovers. This is a game-changing defense. They're going to be top 2. And they're not 2. You know what I mean? I feel like this has a chance, knocking out all the wood, people stay healthy. With Flo in year 3, has a chance to be a very, very special defense. Like one of those defenses that has names. Or it is remembered, like with the Steel Curtain defense, the no-name defense, the Doomsday defense, the Fearsome Foursome, the Purple People Eaters, the 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens, the 2002 Bucks. I kind of feel like it could be more akin to the 2002 Bucks, especially if they can consistently get a pass rush of 4, because the 2002 Bucks, they just sat in that Tampa 2 all the time, rushed 4 and dropped 7, and they just got turnovers, and they scored off of turnovers, and that's what we need this year. Like, hey, it's great to get your mitts on the ball, but hey, how about Isaiah Rodgers take a couple pick 6 backs? How about Andrew Van Ginkel gets 3 pick 6s instead of just 2? How about a little fumble, scoop, and score? Ivan Pace Jr. style. Woo! Fired up. Really excited about this team, especially on the edge. Remember the name. Hey, Diamond Dallas Turner year 2. The mini revenge tour. Proving all the haters and the losers wrong. Roll Tide. That's all. Anyways, you guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull. Some production value.